Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Thank you for joining the midweek class. Every Sunday, now and then we have so many festivals, so we just move the classes just for temporarily this time in the Kartik Mas. And next week we have His Grace Chaitanya Charan Prabhu with us. So please join on time. It will be nice to hear from Prabhu live, and you can definitely ask questions. Prabhu has already given the topic, so we'll discuss on that particular topic next Wednesday, 7 o'clock. And we'll put the Zoom ID in the group. Okay, let's do a quick revision of the 16th chapter. But before we do the revision, so just the overview of the chapter. So we are in chapter 16. We have done the divine qualities 1, 2, 3. Last week we started from the demonic quality. So we did some demonic qualities and also the demonic nature of these demons. And then we'll continue this demonic nature today, activities of them, their mentality, and what are the consequences of that. So results of the demonic activities, and last two verses, which are very important, the choice of elevation or degradation. What is 216.4? Vinay Prabhu, Hare Krishna. You're on top of the screen.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
So I just in the translation. Pride, arrogance, conceit, anger, harshness, and ignorance. These qualities belongs to those of demonic nature, O son of Pitha. Actually, this one is the describing for the demonic quality for the people. And they say Dambho. Dambho means pride, means false ego. That means you don't have, but you show. And Darpo also the arrogance. You have the quality and you show. And Obhimanusya. Obhimanus is like is like you internally like feelings. So so many false ego like you're showing. And Krodha is simply like anger, like we very, very quickly showing this with like others. And then Parusham Evacha. This one is in here, they say, and harshness, and like those activity who are not like appropriate. And Organam cha Ovijatasya. And organ definitely is like not is ignorance. We can see that's Obijata said like who one born of these qualities, like by born, like Jatasya, like Obijatasya. Then Partho Sampadam Ashurim. So and this quality is like Ashurim. Ashurim like demonic, and like Shura is divine, and Ashurim is demonic. So then, like Krishna said, this quality is Ashuri quality, or Sanapartha, like Arjun, they refer to Arjun, they say. So actually, like we always, whatever we are not, and we're showing to others, like we are that. And always like our mentality, like showing others, and demonic perspective, like we always try to do something, and we always want, the Prabhupada mentioned this part, like we want somebody worshiping us, like we somebody like Prabhupada, like we want to showing others. This is like in my note, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Very, very nice. Every word explained nicely. Just a quick question to all of you. So Dhamma, as Vinay Prabhu was saying, if we don't possess the quality, but we show. Darpa is we possess and then show. So which one we should have, Dhamma or Darpa? Huh?
Not have.
Which
None
one?
of them. Neither of them, Prabhu.
Why?
Neither of them.
I have it, so I'm showing. I'm being honest, isn't it?
Not have both.
We should
Now,
not
so
show off.
not show off, but I have it. I want everyone to know that how
So-
knowledgeable I am, how great devotee I am. Is it
So
wrong to show?
use it in the service, but no need to show off.
But
So
as
many
you-
times we
yeah.
think this is the. Sorry, some Mataji. Yes,
Uh,
Vijay.
Prabhu, as you said, His Holiness Bhakti Maharaj said, if you have more qualities, then you should be more humble, like how the tree with lot of fruits will be always going down.
Yes. Yeah. So we should not think this is just in the asuras, rakshasas, which reside in Sutala Loka. Yes, we are talking about those as well as the mentality. It can reside in us as well. So it's not only for the people who are born in Asurik Samaj, Asurik society, but this is also the mentality which we, all of us sitting here can have, may have, or maybe unknowingly we're displaying these tendencies, and it looks actually very bad to Krishna. It says Krishna doesn't like all these disqualifications. So you may have the quality to serve Krishna, but if you show off, Lal Gobind Prabhu was speaking in one class. If you chant, for example, 64 rounds on each Ekadashi or whatever austerities you may be doing, Nirjala Ekadashi, he's saying that's very nice. So that is really a tapa you're doing. But if you, that's a divya tapa, he said. That's all divya tapa because you're doing for the pleasure of the Lord. But as soon as you tell others, as a show off, I mean, not as an encouragement. As an encouragement, you can share few things. As a show off, he said it becomes a tapa, not a divya tapa. Huh? So he says all your sadhana, all your austerities should be kept in our heart. His Holiness Radhanath Maharaj said, some people show off their crying in front of the Lord or the devotees. That Maharaj said is for cheap adoration of other people. So he said your tears should be private for Krishna. You should cry for Krishna. Our Shastra is saying, our Acharyas have cried for Krishna. You should cry for Krishna. But your tears should be privately shown to Krishna, not publicly shown. If you're showing your tears to the public, that means actually you have no love for Krishna. You're just after that cheap adoration, which people will come and say, oh, Prabhuji, Mataji, you're such a great Vaishnava or Vaishnavi. And then our ego goes inflated. We feel, yes, this Prabhu has recognized my devotion to Krishna. No one else in the temple has yet recognized. And in your mind, at least, your ego gets inflated. So Maharaj said you should not cry. And His Holiness Bhakti Charu Maharaj also said in one of the classes in Sydney, he says Rupa Goswami has explicitly written, I think at NOD, I've not personally read it, but Maharaj has mentioned this, you should not cry in front of deities. Bhakti Charu Maharaj said that you should not cry in front of deities. Again, what does it mean? When you're crying in front of deities, like a publicly installed deities, there will be public there, and public will come to you and say the same thing. So our tears should be very private for Krishna. But we make a display of our tears. First, it never comes, but if it comes, we want the world to know. So all these qualities which we are reading for demoniac people, but they may exist in us, or we may be nurturing them maybe unknowingly. So we should be very careful. Our tapa should be divya tapa. It's such a nice word. Divya tapa means it is for the pleasure of Guru and Gauranga, not for the pleasure of other people, unless they are Vaishnavas. Okay, Vijay Gopi Mataji or Prabhuji?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
I just have a question, Prabhu. I've been told by one of the devotee that the three things which should not be revealing to others, like our personal deities, then reveal in the sense like we should not be proud of having such nice deities, and then and the second one is like we should not say that so and so is my Guru Maharaj, like being proud of that. And the third one is the other austerities which we are taken during some special months and all. I don't know how far this is true, Prabhu, and is this right way to?
Yeah, I have not heard this in this sort of series yet, but I have heard the second and the third one which you are already mentioning, our austerities. Again, from encouragement perspective, we may share few things, but not as a pride perspective. You know what? I've been chanting 64 rounds on each Ekadashi for last 30 years. That is your showing. But you can encourage to that. You can say, I also sort of have a family, I have a job, but I try to chant extra rounds on Ekadashi. Prabhuji, you can also try. Come to my place or come to something like that. So from an encouragement perspective, we may share a few things, but not being proud of it, showing off. Oh, you eat on Ekadashi? Look at me. I'm doing Nirjala Ekadashi. One devotee went to Radhanath Maharaj and he had one new people with him. I heard in a lecture somewhere. This devotee was telling Radhanath Maharaj, this devotee has just come for last 6 months or some very, very short period of time, few months. And he's doing all the Nirjala Ekadashi, he's doing 16 rounds, this and that. And Maharaj actually, you know what Radhanath Maharaj said to this guy, the new guy? He said, you should stop doing Nirjala Ekadashi. Maharaj said to this guy. Now, is it wrong to do Nirjala Ekadashi? No, because Maharaj know the level of this person. Because if he looks at the regular devotees who are not doing Nirjala Ekadashi, he'll say, "Arey, I'm a new person. I can do Nirjala Ekadashi. Why can't you guys do it?" Maharaj said, maybe. He said, maybe you should not do Nirjala Ekadashi. So our pride goes very fast, very, very fast, because I'm the best. This is the mentality which we had in the very beginning. And that is becoming stronger and stronger. So definitely not. And in terms of Guru Maharaj, yes, many times, if not all the time, many times we tell the name of our Guru Maharaj, not because I am being fortunate to have accepted by my Guru Maharaj, but I have connection with such a great personality. So I am great. So you should also recognize my greatness. So we are not actually putting the Guru as great, which is definitely he's a very great personality. But when you're putting I know him, you know, I've spoken to so many times. Yeah, he talks to me on the phone. He doesn't call you, but he calls me. So when we have this pride that I am so important, I can get your job done. You know, I will tell Guru Maharaj. When these things come in the mind that it's not the Guru. If Guru is important in our discussion, definitely Guru can be great and we can be very feel fortunate about it. Huh? I'm so fallen, but this great personality have accepted a fallen person like me. So that's putting humility there, right? But when we put my Guru Maharaj writes me email. No, it's not wrong to say. Again, you have to put the context there. It's not wrong. My Guru Maharaj wrote me an email and we had a chat over the phone or whatever. It's perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong. But when we put this pride there, and I've heard this in even in our devotee community, that he's such a great Guru. He has thousands of disciples and I can get the job done. Others may not be. So when you're putting I there, that becomes wrong. Guru itself, glorifying Guru is one of the best tapasya actually. If you're glorifying your Guru, thinking my Guru is so great, that is actually very good.
Sometimes it brings very, our thing becomes very low if somebody says, oh, I've got so much connection, and we feel like we are so unfortunate, and that puts our morale down sometimes.
Yeah, I'll give you one example, Mataji, and that's for all of us, including me. Many disciples of Prabhupada said to Prabhupada, I want to live with you, I want to serve you personally, I want to be with you. And Prabhupada literally said, no, you go out and preach, that's my greatest service. So my Guru Maharaj said, even if you don't get an email back from your Guru Maharaj, you don't get SMS from your Guru Maharaj, your Guru is still thinking about you. It's on a different plane. We may not be able to comprehend all that. You may write a nice long email to your Guru Maharaj and you may never get a reply, or you may get a reply of 2 words sometime if you're fortunate after 6 months. All those things happen because if you think from their perspective, they have people like us, thousands in their list. And it's not they don't want to respond, they just can't practically respond. So, but he said, Guru's relationship on a different level is if a disciple is never separated from his Guru if he is sincere, So it's on a different level. Our perception is very different. My Guru is not responding to my email. That doesn't mean your Guru doesn't like you anymore. He is always your well-wisher. It's just for a practical purposes, he can't. My Guru Maharaj was showing once his inbox. He had around 500 unread emails. And I said, if I start responding these emails, whole day will be gone. And how I'm going to preach? How I'm going to meet with you? He said that. Because you're talking to me, right? You're taking time. Not that he said that, but everyone takes his time and he's there for meeting people. So it's very difficult, actually, very, very difficult. And they have so many other projects which we are not even aware of, Anyway, that's a long discussion, but guru-disciple relationship is very different, and we should be proud of our guru, but we should not put ourselves in the center. Then it becomes wrong. For the deities, I have never heard that. I know many sannyasis carry Giriraj Shila or Shilas, and when the devotees come, they allow those devotees to come and take darshan. They talk about the pastimes, they talk about different leelas. I remember Indur Maharaj, he carries so many Shilas, and other sannyasis as well. So I've not heard that you should not reveal the person. Again, the context may be different. You should not put one instance which I remember from Chaitanya Prabhu's class. One devotee told Prabhupada, I had Krishna in my dream last night. And Prabhupada said, maybe he was proud, maybe he used some other words. Anyway, so he said, I saw Krishna in my dream last night. And Prabhupada said, okay, that is all right. But now what are you doing for Krishna? Huh? Now you're going to explain your dream to the whole community and say, oh, Krishna came in my dream. Huh? Again, you're putting yourself up. Huh? So now what are you doing for Krishna? That's important. Krishna came in your dream. That's very nice. But now you don't have to, declare to the whole world, announce to the whole world. Then again, you're putting, I am important. My guru came into my dream. It's very nice. Again, it's very nice your Guru Maharaj came into your dream. Are you following the instruction of your Guru Maharaj who came in your dream? The answer would be many times, no. Prabhupada said, my Guru Maharaj came into my dream and he was asking to take sannyas, and I was horrified. Prabhupada used this word, horrified. Prabhupada was not putting himself, he was honest. He said, I was horrified. Leave my family, leave my business, take sannyas, he said. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Maharaj came into my dream. So Prabhupada was honest, Prabhupada was telling, and Prabhupada said, what was his response? I was horrified. So these sort of honest conversation obviously should happen between devotees, and devotees should reveal their heart, Goyam Akhyati Prakshati, but not in a pride way. That is not correct. Is that okay, Mataji? Okay, thank you. Sundar Gopal Prabhu or Mataji?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
I'm not sure if I'm right or not, but I just had a doubt. So, in terms of when we say that we should not be crying in front of deities, yes, in publicly, that's a different context, and we understand that we don't need cheap adoration from the people. But because if we feel that Krishna is our father, and as a child, we always go to our parents
Yes.
to discuss our problems.
Yes.
Now we don't feel like, and we feel that, Krishna is everything for us. And if we are distressed or sad, is it wrong to cry in front of Krishna?
Yeah. So again, as I said, that's your private matter. You go to your deities and you talk to your deities and open your heart completely. And actually, deities are the only one who understands you perfectly. You may have your good friends around you, may have good relations, but eventually many people does not understand as well as much as the deities. So you should go. And again, as I say, privately, yes, you can talk, you can cry, and you can. Many Goswamis, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu explained very well. He had a Giriraj Shila who was always drowned in the tears of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, which he gave to Raghunath Das Goswami. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's crying is described in Shastra. So no one is saying should not cry. Like when I said install deities, publicly crying in front of deities, that's not allowed. That's not allowed. Because it will bring, even if you are not aware of, suppose, people will come to you, hey, Mataji is crying or Prabhuji is crying. Such a great devotee, Mata, you are so up, I'm so down. And then all those things will start. I'm so fallen, I'm so fallen. And no one mean it. Many people don't mean it. So all those things will start. So we should avoid that. Again, it's a private matter. As Radhanath Maharaj said, your tears should be reserved for Krishna and only Krishna. He said that. Your tears should be reserved for Krishna, not for public. We're not crying to show off. And crying is actually encouraged. It is encouraged. But again, no fake tears. We don't get tears, so you don't put what is called glycerine or something. So we're not doing that. No fake tears. Tears will come automatically when we are purified. Right now, again, many of us, maybe too far from that state, but Prabhupada said you just follow the instructions given by your senior Vaishnavas or Guru Maharaj. That's it. You just keep following for a long time. And then all this mala will go one day, hopefully. And one last thing which comes to my mind immediately, that no Vaishnava Aparadh. One is following the instruction, one is avoiding Vaishnava Aparadh. So one is positive, one is negative. We have to do both simultaneously. An example is given. If you go to a doctor and doctor says, don't take fried pakoda and ice cream and all that, and take this medication. So you are taking the medication, which is very nice, but you're taking simultaneously the fried pakoda, fried this and fried that, and ice cream. Will your disease go immediately? No, it will take longer, because you're doing one thing right, and that's very nice. You're taking medicines on time, but you're also not doing the other thing nice. So if we put both things together in our bucket, our car should go very fast. The mercy will flow. That's my understanding.
Thank you so much,
Is that
Prabhuji.
okay?
Another question which Mataji said, about the deities, proud of deities. We shouldn't be proud of deities. Prabhuji, if we love our deities so much, and if the pride automatically comes, naturally
Yes,
comes,
yes.
that's the love for your deities.
Yes.
Or let's say, we are very proud. Personally, I'm very proud of Radha Gopinath, the way devotees serve them. If you compare it with India, or you go to any other temple, naturally in your heart it comes that our Radha Gopinath. It's like that pride.
Yes.
Is it wrong, or is it?
No, it's not.
Should it come?
It's not. I'll tell you one live conversation. There was a debate happened in Delhi temple devotees and Vrindavan temple devotees. Both devotees on each side. One was praising Radha Shyam Sundar, one was praising Radha Parthasarthi. And Guru Maharaj, my Guru Maharaj was also there. Maybe some other devotees also know about it. And they both were having arguments. My deities are better, my deities are better. And eventually, no one could establish. And it says, Radha Shyam, the devotees party was saying, my deities are better. And they were saying, just a friendly conversation, you can say. Not a debate, but a friendly conversation. And eventually, one Maharaj was there. I don't know which Maharaj. My Maharaj was telling us, I'm not sure whether he was that time a sannyasi or not. I'm not sure about it. Anyway, so Maharaj told, then eventually it was established, whomever deities you are serving, you are proud of them. Maharaj said that. Because you are serving those deities. Someone serving Radha Parthasarthi will be more close to Radha Parthasarthi. Someone serving Radha Shyam Sundar will be more close to Shyam. It's natural. So it's natural to be proud of those deities whom you are serving. But again, you are proud on the deities, not on yourself. That's the distinction which we have to be very clear of. And you can say to the whole world, Radha Gopinath is the best. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that, because they are the best, actually. Somehow or other, we are in their shelter. And I call it, this is our Janma Bhumi. When our mother land can be India, or in whatever cities we have taken birth, but this is the Janma Bhumi of our devotion. Like before coming to Radha Gopinath, I didn't know anything. So they are really the best. But again, if another devotee is saying from another country, their deities are the best, that is also true. That is absolutely true. Radha Landaneshwar is the best. Or other deities are that. They're all true. They're all true.
Not
Okay.
for great purposes, Prabhuji. It's just that, I was thinking that having that feeling of proud in not saying it to anyone, it's just that it is in your
Or you
heart.
can say, my
Not
Radha Gopinath is the best.
We just talk amongst each other that, when we go to Radha Gopinath, there is a different kind of bliss that we get it, which we don't get it anywhere else. That's a conversation. So it means that it's a conversation of a proud or a pride that
Yes.
our Radha Gopinath is the best. And then the bliss that we get it, the feeling that we get it, it's not anywhere else that we get
Yes,
it.
we can't express that. And my Guru Maharaj said many times, not once in Sydney, in Canberra, he said, you must have relationship with the deities. Sometimes people had some managerial issues, problem with management, problem with temple, this and that. He said, no matter what, you must have relationship with the deities. You should go to the temple and have a constant relationship with the deities. As much as possible, you should go and serve them. He always said that no matter how many problems you have in the temple or with the management, you should go to the temple, because when you have relationship with the deities, then you grow. So that's the message. Radha Gopinath is very kind. Okay, thank you, Mataji. Priya Mataji, she wants to add something.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Prabhuji, actually, my question was like in regards to like not but more so like there's so many times I've seen like we see that there's people who are um speaking like Krishna Katha and giving Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Katha, and that I listen to a few like they actually have tears in their eyes when they are speaking. Actually, there are some that I've seen which are through the our sampradaya, but they are like they get emotional when they are obviously talking about some particular pastime. Yeah. So I mean, what do you suggest? What do you say?
All I can say without knowing these personalities, they are great. Prabhupada also had tears sometimes when he gave classes. And I know some ISKCON sannyasis, when they gave class, I have seen it from my eyes, they get tears. So we have like no eligibility to judge on these personalities. They are very, very great. But now I cannot comment on an individual person. Maybe some are after some cheap adoration. They may want more followers. I can't say, but generally, if it is a Bhagavad person, it's natural sometimes to go into that pastime and cry. Prabhupada also cried. It's been recorded very clearly. So, yeah, if he's a real person, tears may come in public. Not that he's trying to show up; it just naturally happens.
Yes.
His heart, it comes so close to Krishna, he just can't stop. But he said for Prabhupada also, when he was crying and he just stopped, he was singing Jai Radha Madhav, when he started crying while singing Jai Radha Madhav, he just stopped for 1 minute or some short amount of time. The whole thing was completely silent. And then he came back to consciousness very quickly, and then he started doing his class and other things. So he did not just keep crying. I did not say, okay, I'll postpone the class today. So he just went into ecstasy for that moment, and then he came back. And it says the same thing for Shukdev Goswami. That's why he did not take the name of Srimati Radharani in Srimad Bhagavatam, because if he would take this name Radha on his tongue, he will go in ecstasy for many, many days. And that's why he avoided to take that name, although he did indirectly mention Srimati Radharani. So great personalities have this. Narad Muni cries, Vyasadeva cries, and Arjun cried. And it says, when great personality cries, great things have come upon. Like when Arjun cried, it says Bhagavad Gita came. When Yudhishthir cried, Vishnu Sahasranam came. The whole teachings of Bhishma Dev. When Vyasadeva cried, so Bhagavatam came. So when great people cries, great things come out actually. They are great people. Okay.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Mataji. Madhuri Mataji.
I just want to add, like in YouTube, Amrendra Prabhu series for Gajendra prayers was there for 21 or 23 sessions are there. In one of the sessions, Prabhu cried. He took his dhoti, he wiped like this, and then he continued Prabhu. Even I felt like crying at that time. Yeah, in the Gajendra prayers. Amrendra Prabhu's lectures in the YouTube.
I have seen Radha Govind Maharaj cry. I have seen it and I have heard it. Heard means an audio class, and I've seen it in a physical video clip. And that video clip, when it was taken, I'm 100% sure Maharaj was not aware of that clip is being taken, but it came on WhatsApp. So great personalities do cry, but again, at the same time, we should not be blind. Anyone is crying is a great personality because internet is filled with so many different people, but we should understand the principle. Okay, enough crying now. Let's move forward. Crying is good, but it will happen naturally when we become mature devotees. Okay. I'll leave 16.5 and 6. This is very nice. 16.7 I would love to do. Mahasu Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Dandavat.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
So, those who are demonic do not know what is to be done and what is not to be done. Neither cleanliness nor proper behavior nor truth is found in them. So, it's actually the continuation of the previous one, where Krishna is saying about there are two types of people, one who are divine in nature and other who are demoniac. And explaining it further, as Krishna says that in the previous chapter, Krishna has spoken about the divine qualities in people, and from now on, is going to speak about the demoniac nature or the people who have demoniac qualities. And the first thing that he actually says is that they demonic people are the one who don't know what is to be done and what is not to be done. That means they don't have they are not civilized in one way. That is first thing, right? And because they are not civilized and they want to lord it over material nature, so they do everything that actually pleases them personally, and they will not do the things that is actually going to give them any spiritual upliftment. That is first thing. And third thing is, obviously, they will not have any cleanliness. Cleanliness here is spoken as internal cleanliness, not just the exterior, right? Or not just following the process, right? There may be people who will follow the process, showing that they are very spiritual and very nice, but internally they will have a lot of kalmasha, like they will have a lot of impurities in them, and that will actually not let them do the spiritual, that will not let them grow spiritually. That's one thing. And second thing is, because they are not clean, obviously they are untrue in nature. That means whatever they will do is actually as a show off, which is actually which is like a, that's not the truth that they're actually revealing. They are actually living what you say life just to show the world that they are the best, right? So that's what my understanding is. That's what I heard. So yeah. And yes, going to the word to word translation, pravritam is acting properly, and nivritam is actually not acting properly. Here, acting properly is not that how we are civilized in the world in terms of the looks, but as to what the scriptures have given, right? Because what is good and bad is not to be dictated by what the world believes or think. It's actually in the Vedas. If we follow the Vedas, Vedas are a guidelines, right? And whatever Prabhupada has given us to the Vedas, if we follow that as it is, that means we are somehow there the platform of being called as an Aryan, not even as a devotee. That's what Prabhupada says that. And when we do devotional service, then we actually become devotees. Unless until we do devotional service, we are basically only Aryans having a very good etiquette in life. That's all. Thank you very much, Prabhu, for asking.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Nice explanation. Just one thing here, asatyam apratishtamte. What does asatyam refer to? I don't want literal meaning. What does it refer to, which we discussed last week? Asatyam.
I think it may be something like distorting the truth.
No, there's one specific word which we used last week. Anyone remembers?
Prabhu,
No God.
Mayavad is Prabhu.
Thank you.
No God. Yes.
Mayavad. Huh? Asatyam. Brahma Satya Jagat Mithya. Huh? Jagat Mithya. Jagat is all illusion. But it's not illusion. You know, we have our family, we have a house, we have a car, we have a job, we have mortgage. It's not a Satya. But what Vaishnavas interpret as temporary. So there's a difference between asatya and temporary. So word is not mithya, but we do agree it is all temporary. Thank you. So it's referring to Mayavad. Yes, this is a very nice sort of eye opener. What do they do? Prabhavanti ugra karmana. Ugra karmana refers to anyone. Ugra karma. So there's word karma and ugra karma. Madhuri Mataji, like to say something of Ugra Karma?
Yes, Prabhu. Ugra karma is to destroy the world, no beneficial to anybody. So they destroy themselves due to their alpa buddhi, and they are involved in ugra karma, that is to destroy the world, and it's not beneficial to anybody.
So Shayaya Jagato. Shayaya refers to destruction. Ahita means non-beneficial. Or Ugra means, Rasanand Prabhuji, you wanted to say something?
No, you said engaging in the painful activities.
Yes.
Like
so painful for themselves and painful for others as well. And our whole
Prabhu,
life.
Yeah.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Prabhu, this current war is going on, Hamas and what Israel. Though the terrorists went to Israel and they killed many innocent people. They bombed and they kidnapped and tortured and did all those things. That is also, can we say Ugra Karma?
Definitely. It's Ugra Square Karma, not Ugra Karma. So definitely all these activities, even on a lower level, we say when we are going in a car, for example, to work and we get stuck into traffic. And I heard that again in a lecture, one gentleman or gentlelady was driving from A to B in traffic. This man got stuck, and in the anger, he took the steering wheel off. He was so angry because the cars weren't moving. So he was so angry, he couldn't do much. He took his own steering wheel off. What do you call this? It's not a satoguni karma. People get so frustrated, so upset because the things does not go as per them. I've seen people from my eyes when the telephone is not working. I'm talking about old days. They literally start beating the telephone or take the whole telephone set, trying to throw on the ground or on the table because it's not working. Now, it's not that equipment's fault. It's MTNL's fault. And MTNL, in India, they used to have this MTNL. And the full form of MTNL? Mera telephone nahi lagta. MTNL, Mera telephone nahi lagta. I don't know how to translate that, Mataji. Mera telephone means my telephone doesn't work. That is MTNL. One devotee was telling in a class. Anyway, so it's not the equipment fault, it's not the car steering wheel's fault, but people get so much upset on these things.
I
Okay.
think last time you mentioned about also any activity which is not sattvic in nature is Ugra Karma.
Yeah, sort of passionate activity. And now it depends on the degree, how much painful it is. Sometimes a show up, like passion, it's not that bad. When you come down to that, that's too much. When you start hurting others by words or by your deeds, that's too much. When you're showing off your car or your dress or your money, that's okay, Not that it's satoguna, but, you have something you want to show to the whole world. Not so bad. But when you hurt others by your words, it says in Hindi, बोली गोली से ज्यादा लगती है. Boli means our speech hurts faster than a bullet. If you hit someone with a bullet, okay, he will get hurt, but after some time the wound will go. But if you hurt someone with your words, it's there forever in your heart. 23 years ago, you said this thing to me, and then we'll keep meditate on those words. It hurts more. So it's all Ugra. Anyway, 16.10 we can quickly do. Shraddha Mataji, would you like to do?
Sorry, Prabhu, I will pass.
Okay, no problem, Mataji. Anyone? Raghavi Mataji, Hare Krishna, if you can.
Sorry, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. No problem. Who would like to do instead of me naming it?
Can I do it, Prabhu?
I can do.
Yes, please. Whoever said first, go for it.
You can do it, Mataji.
No, you do, Mataji. No problem.
Okay, I'll try.
Yeah.
So in this, taking shelter of insatiable lust and absorbed in conceit of pride and false prestige, the demoniac, thus illusioned, are always sworn to unclean work, attracted by impermanent. So in this one, we discussed, Prabhu, that we are supposed to take shelter of Krishna, but demoniac take shelter of lust. And we also discussed dushporam, which is unsatiable. And people under alcohol, we also discussed that people under alcohol, drugs, they will not say it is enough. They just would like to have more and more. And we also discussed about mohat griha, which is out of moh. They will accept everything. That's what my.
And what do they accept? So mohat, due to illusion, grahitva, grahan karna hai. So they accept out of illusion. What do they accept? Asad grahan. So they accept the things which are not
temporary.
Sat. Sat means permanent. Asad things. Asad things like things in your house, for example, things in your life. Many things are asad. They are not like your devotion, except your devotional service. Everything is asad in our life, but they go after all the asad things. Bigger car, newer house, bigger sofa, bigger this, bigger that, and they're constantly meditating on this. Where is the sale? Where is the sale? Where is the sale? Whole day they're just browsing these catalogs, this and that, just to get these more and more of them, which never get satisfied. Yes, Mataji, last line. Pravartante
Pravartante Shuchi Vrata. So
asuchi vrata is asuchi.
Suchi, and they're all their unclean activities like impurities get flourished, so they get more involved in it.
Yes. An example we remember last week we discussed. Vijay Gopi Mataji telling.
Prabhu, in Thailand, they were like doing a Guinness record of, kissing for so many hours.
47 hours. Chaitanya Charan Prabhu told this. I heard in a class. So, and Prabhu said, this is one example of Asuchi Vrata, and there are so many other examples. So, they are making Guinness World Records for what? Asuchi Vrata. They are determined. And it's hard work, a lot of hard work. What are they doing? The unclean hard work. Unclean. If they do this determination to do some positive activity that can benefit humanity, they are very determined to do the wrong acts. And this Guinness book people also, they appreciate them. What is the standard of
another story, Prabhu?
Huh?
In Burma, it seems they keep a pot outside with water, and once you keep with water, all the insects fall in that. So any insects in the house also, they come and put it every day. And in a year, one day they celebrate at the festival and they eat all those things.
What? Oh my God.
Unsuchi.
Oh my God. See, more and more examples are coming out. This all Ugra Karma. Okay, let's move forward. We want to discuss Suchi Vrata, not Asuchi Vrata. Okay, we can quickly do this one. Maybe we need help of devotees. Chintam Aparimeyam. Can anyone translate that?
Immeasurable fears.
Yes, so Parimeyam refers to measurable. Apariyam means immeasurable. And Chinta refers to
fear,
anxiety, fear. So they fear constantly. You have seen this in the world. They fear about, if I lose my job, if I lose my health, I have this life insurance. There's another insurance these days. Can't remember the name. Anyway, some IP or something. And that insurance, so many insurances are your pet insurances there. That's getting advertised on Google as well. Pet insurance. And it's quite expensive. I remember one lady used to work with me many years ago, probably 15 years ago. And she said, I'm completely broke because I spent all my money in my dog's hospital expense or something. So, like, what can be said? So they have so many chintas. And it says, if you don't do chintan, you will do chinta. Chintan means you meditate on Lord. You meditate on your devotional activities. That's chintan. Devotees are also in chinta, but we have anxieties of Krishna. Prabhupada said, before coming to Krishna consciousness, you have chinta about yourself. Now also you have chinta. Devotees enrolled in the temple, are you in chinta? I'm sure. You'll say, I have so many chintas. Can you please take some of my chintas? But Prabhupada said that chinta is for Krishna. That is very nice. Some pressure for Krishna is not bad. Again, too much pressure for a long time is not recommended, but devotees take anxiety. I'm looking at Mahavasu Prabhu and many other devotees in Vaman Kshetra, they do, say, whole program. Are they in chinta a day before? I have to get this rice for whole program. There's no garlands there. And where is the Vaman Dev? There's a little Vaman Dev in last whole program. Where is the chatai? Where are the mats? Where are the buckets? Where's the cutlery? And we lost that. And now I know Mahavasu Prabhu doesn't get into chinta because he's very organized. But devotees are in chinta. But this chinta is for what? For Krishna. For spreading the message of Krishna. So that sort of chinta, Prabhupada said, that's very nice. Prabhupada was worried about the cement, because at one time cement wasn't available in India. He was worried, where are we going to get the cement from? Now he says, cement? You're a sadhu, you're a Mahatma. No, Prabhupada said, because with the cement we are building Krishna's temple. So chinta itself is not bad. Chinta for our personal life and this and that, up to an extent, okay, but not too much. Not too much, because Lord is there. He can work in wonderful ways which we can never imagine. So we should not do too much chinta. Yeah, some short term we all have to plan and we have to take care. We have to be very responsible, but not over the board, not constantly. When Prabhupada arrived in USA, he didn't have any money. He also was thinking how he's going to pay his rent. When he got his own place, he was thinking about it, how he's going to pay the rent. When he organized the program, he didn't have any money. One day he had one apple for like 20 people. What Prabhupada did, he sliced the apple into 20 or 22 pieces. He gave one apple slice, a small apple slice, to all the kids who came to hear Prabhupada. So Prabhupada was having some sort of chinta in that terms, but he was not overly in chinta, in anxiety. Oh, Krishna, where the rent is going to come from, what I'm going to feed, meri to naak kat jayegi, I'll lose my nose today. He had one apple and he shared that apple with everyone. So that's how devotees are also. We also make some plans. We may have some responsibilities to fulfill, but we are not over anxiety because Jagannath Ji is always there. So he can work in wonderful. Tomorrow, what he will bring or what he will take, we don't know. So devotees are not aparami, and that's why it says Maya Das, Sada Udas, Krishna Das, Bindas. Bindas, chalega. Jo hoga dekha jayega. Whatever will come will happen. Not as an irresponsible person. Devotees are very responsible, but okay. Jagannath will take money. Okay. Jagannath will take the body. Okay. Jagannath will take the so-called prestige. No problem. So what? As far as I'm doing the Jagannath activity, we are okay. Okay. Pralayantam. Pralayantam is still the end of their life. Kamo Pabhoga Parma. So we understand from previous verses as well, their sort of the target is how can I do my sensual enjoyment? That's all. If they can do that, drink a wine or have another male-female thing, that's it. They're very happy about it. Asha Pashatair Batta. They are bound with the thousands of desires. Kama, Krodha, Parayana, and they take shelter of Kama and Krodha, lust and anger. And they do Sanchayan. Sanchayan means they accumulate wealth by other means. We all understand what other means means. So this is what we discussed last week. Let's start today's discussion. 16, 13 to 15. So Deva Mataji, Hare Krishna, if you could read. Okay, not sure whether she. Raghavi Mataji, would you like to read just one verse?
Yes, Prabhuji.
There are 3 verses. We'll just do one by one.
Okay. The first 2 lines.
Yes, Mataji.
Idam adya maya labdham.
Idam adya maya labdham.
Imam prapsye manoratham.
Imam prapse manoratham.
Idam ashtidam api me.
Idam astidam api me.
Bhavishyati punardhanam.
Bhavishyati punardhanam. Mataji, we can read probably 1.5 lines like this. I have highlighted.
Okay.
It's the first 1.5 lines.
Yes, Prabhuji. The demonic person thinks so much wealth do I have today, and I will gain more according to my schemes. So much is mine now, and it will increase in the future more and more.
Let's read the whole thing and then we can discuss together. Maybe someone else can read the second verse.
Can I read?
Yes, Mataji.
Aso Maya Hata Shatru.
Aso Maya Hata Shatru. It's Maya.
Maya Hata Shatru. Hanishye Chaparan Api.
Anishe Chaparan Api.
Ishwaroham Aham Bhogi.
Ishwaro Aham Bhogi.
Siddho Aham Balavan Sukhi.
Siddho Aham Balavan Sukhi. And the third one we can also read. Then read the translation.
Yeah.
Anyone?
Oh.
I can read, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah, Krishna. Adya abhijanan vanasmi.
Adyo bhijanvanasmi.
Koyanasti adrishamaya.
Konyosti sadrisho maya.
Yakshe dasami modisho.
Yakshe dasyami modishya.
Iti ajnana vimohitaha.
Iti ajnana vimohitaha. Now we can read from this second line onwards. Someone else can read. You can all participate. Deva Mataji, would you like to read the translation?
Yes, Prabhu, I'll try. He is my enemy and I have killed him, and my other enemies will also be killed. I am the Lord of everything. I am the enjoyer. I am perfect, powerful, and happy. I am the richest man, surrounded by aristocratic relatives. There's none so powerful and happy as I am. I shall perform sacrifices. I shall give some charity, and thus I shall rejoice. In this way, such persons are deluded by ignorance.
Thank you, Mataji. Okay, let's read word by word. So, idam adya maya labdham. So, maya refers to me. Labdham refers to gain. I have gained this much. Imam prapse, prapya is also the same thing as labdham. Prapya or labdhva. Labdhva refers to, you can say, labh. And labh means benefit. Prapse means to achieve. So, manoratham. What does manorath means? I think everyone know. Man ka rath. Man means mind. Rath means chariot. So you are riding on the chariot of mind. In India, or maybe in here as well. So many people ride on the chariot of mind and they say, yes, I will do this, I will do this. What do you call it? Daydreaming. Huh? Daydreaming. Din mein sapne dekhna. Huh? And they're all dreaming, and they're not really doing anything. So in their mind, what they are thinking, I have achieved so much. Idam astidam apime bhavishyati punardhavam. So I have, say $1 million. I will achieve another 5 million in next 2 years because I have my schemes. Huh? Robert Kiyosaki, is that the one? What you call 2 years quick rich scheme or something like that, huh? So you have, 1 million and invest in this and that, and you lose that investment as well. And then next month when you ring these people, neither the office there nor people is there. When you go there, it was all rented house. No clue. You can never find them. So this is all manoratha. Huh? So I have this much and I will achieve that much. Now, when you have a lot of dhana, what's the first thing you get? Anyone knows? When you have a lot of wealth, what's the first thing you get? Shatru, isn't it? Sometime ATO is a Shatru, sometime your neighbor is a Shatru, sometime your son is the Shatru. Son or children, huh? So many Shatrus come, or some relatives. Aapko yaad hai? Do you remember me? And you like, who are you? Your chacha ka, mama ka, ladka ka, dam ka. They will have relationship with you because you have the money now. Huh? In the movies, they show you won a big lottery and all the people from village coming. They're trying to get some share of it. Huh? So you have Shatru. So what do you do with the Shatru? Asa maya hataha Shatru. Hata means, anyone knows hata? Kill. So now you have Shatru. So what you will do? I'll kill my enemies. Now here killing may mean a physical killing or may mean another way of killing. You know what I'm saying? So hata Shatru means I have subsided my enemies. Hanishye cha param api isharo aham bhogi. So this line is very, very popular. You would have heard in many lectures or classes. Isharo aham. What does Ishwar means? Now, Ishwar means Ishwar as well, or Ishwar means controller as well. So many times we think I am the biggest controller. I may have no concept of the Ishwar, for example. Now, you may think these lines Krishna is talking about some underworld dawn. There are many dawns, they will say, I have, I don't know, $10 million and I'll get more by kidnapping, 5 people. I will get another $5 million, this and that. And then I will have enemies. I will shoot them. This is the plans they have. So Ishvaro may not mean exactly that they want to be God, although there are examples in Shastra where people wanted to be God. Anyone remembers a Shastra from Srimad Bhagavatam where this person declared, I'm God, you don't need to worship God. I'm sure everyone knows that, but may not click.
Hiranyakashipu.
Very good. More. Hiranyakashipu. Yes, he said, Hiranyakashipu Bhagwan ki jai.
Yeah, I think he stopped the Vedic sacrifices and everything else, and all the Brahmanas, he forced them to worship him rather than worshiping Vishnu.
Yes. Thank you. And also Vain. In 4th canto, we see the example of Vain. Vain also said, you don't need to worship Narayan, you worship me. And that's why Brahmins got angry and they say, who? just with a hunkar, Vena was killed. So there are examples in Shastra, but right now in the modern culture, you can say, I am the biggest controller. Again, a mundane example, but many times they have, divisions within Mumbai, this area, Mahasu Prabhu belongs to Mumbai, I guess. This area belongs to this Don, that area belongs to that Don, right? And who is the biggest Don? So they will say, Hata Shatru, I will kill all my enemies. I'll become the biggest Don. Mumbai meri hai. Mumbai is mine, or something like that. So that is called Ishwar Pravatti. Now, it can be a very big or a small. Aham bhogi. And who's the bhokta? As per Shastra, bhoktaran yakitapsam sarulokmaisham. Krishna is the bhokta. But what they think? I am Ishwar and I am bhokta. Like Prasannatma Prabhu was telling about some war, which actually I wasn't aware of, to be honest. I thought he was referring to Russia and Ukraine. But anyway, same concept. One country attacking another country. Why? They want to become the Ishvara. And then they control. And then what they will do? Whatever resources that country or the country people may have, they will enjoy those resources. Siddhoham Balavan Sukhi. I'm perfect. And if you tell that hot-headed leader that you are wrong, I am wrong? Me? I am a Siddha, I'm a perfect person. Now here Siddha doesn't mean in a modern terms like a Siddhis. But Siddho means I'm perfect. I have to be right. Sometimes I've read news articles, at least the top headline, that the Russian, I don't know, prime minister, president, whoever he is, he's not in good mindset. So, and as per him, he is the best mindset. He's in the best mind state, isn't it? Because he is doing the best thing. Now, he may be hurting millions of people, but he thinks he's the best. He's doing the best for himself and his country. Siddhoham, Balwan, and I am so powerful. I belong to this country. I belong to this community. And I belong to, this family. Balwan, Sukhi. So this is all demonic mentality. Adhyo refers to wealth. I'm very wealthy. Abhijan Van Asmi. Abhijan refers to, Jan refers to people. Abhijan refers to very aristocratic people. So, I have a connection with MP. I have a connection with MLA. I know that president. I know this and I know that. So I think I'm very wealthy. I'm surrounded by aristocratic people because everyone wants to have that big connection. I know Amitabh Bachchan's driver. I know this and I know that. They will not never know Amitabh Bachchan, but Amitabh Bachchan driver ko to pata hai. I heard somewhere actually. He knew the celebrities, I will not name, his driver, and he was getting very proud of that. And even that sentence, how true is, we don't know. You say, I know the driver of this celebrity. Okay. Everyone want to show, how great I am. So, Abhijanvan Asmi, I am surrounded by aristocratic people. Ko Anyo. So, Ko Anyo refers to kaun other person hai. Asti Sadrasho Maya. Mere jaisa aur kaun hai. Who else can be like me? I am so great. So, ko anyo asti sadrasho maya. Can you counteract this statement from a Bhagavad Gita verse? Any one of you? Ko anyo asti sadrasho maya. There's a Bhagavad Gita verse which can be used as a counteraction of this line. Just a mental exercise. Anyone? 7.7 Mattah Parataram na anyat. Mere se upar koi nahi hai. And here this person is saying, Ko anyosti sadrisho maya. Mere jaisa kaun hai? I am the best. And now this person thinks, now I have everything. I have a lot of wealth. I have killed my enemies and I'm very well established. I'm surrounded by aristocratic people. But to establish myself more, what I should do, some social work also I should do. And we know current days politicians, they do some social work. So this person, so Yakshe Dasyami. Yaksha refers to Yagya. Dasyami refers to Deta hai. So he gives some donation in Yagya. So somewhere some social activities are going on, some religious activities are going on. So he will give some donation and say, see, and he will take a photo and then he will show it to the whole world. I heard in a lecture, some ISKCON devotees were distributing some prasadam, some grains and some water bottles to the flood inflicted area in Vrindavan. Recently, a few months ago, there was a flood in Vrindavan. And the other party who took video showing ISKCON people as their people. And he took the video and saying, we are going on the ground and distributing everything, so you give us the money. And this another ISKCON devotee was showing, he's saying, what's happening? You're collecting money on behalf of ISKCON, but actually ISKCON devotees are distributing it. And another person from a little bit far, like 20 meters far, he said, okay, our people are going and, helping these people. So they do all sorts of things these days to earn money. So yakshe dasyami muddishe, and then I'll get some benefit. Iti agyan vimohita. Iti means all of this is agyan vimohita. This is all due to the ignorance. So this is all demoniac mentality. 16:16. We have Mohit Prabhuji. Mohit Prabhu, Hare Krishna, if you can do.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Yes,
Hare
Prabhuji.
Krishna.
Aneka chitta vibharanta
Aneka chitta vibranta
moha jala samapata
moha jala samavrataha
prashakta kama bhogeshu
prasaktaha kama bhogeshu
patanti narake asucha.
patanti narake sucha.
Translation by Srila Prabhupada. Thus perplexed by various anxiety and bound by a network of illusion, they become too strongly attached to sense enjoyment and fell down into her. Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you, Prabhuji. So, aneka chitta vibhranta. So, aneka chit means their mind is everywhere because they want to control so many things. They want to get benefit of so many things. They're aneka chit vibhranta. Moha jala samavrata. They are in the illusion. They are in the net of what? Moha, bewilderness or illusion. So jal refers to net. In Hindi, the word jal is also there. It means net. Shikari ne jal bichaya. So यहाँ पर jal किसका है? The jal or the net is of moha. Because of illusion, they cannot think anything except these projects, which we discussed in the previous verse. Prasaktaha. So there's a word called asakta, asakta. What's the difference? Asakt is attached and asakt is not attached. This is called prasaktaha. Prasaktaha means very much attached. Prakarshen asaktaha. Prakarshen means completely attached. Attached to what? Kama bhogeshu. Kam to their lusty desires. Again, that can have different forms and shapes, but they are the lusty desires. Patanti, and what's the result of that? Patanti narke asuchau. Asuchau refers to unclean. So narak itself is unclean, but it says you fall into this unclean state. So this verse is showing their current condition and the consequences of their actions because their chitta, their consciousness, their anxieties are multi-bound and they're constantly trying to fulfill their lusty desires. The result is they fall down into the hell. 17, their current status of mind. Anyone would like to read?
Prabhu, I can read if it's
Yes,
okay.
Mataji.
Verse 17. Atma sambhavita shabstabda.
Atma sambhavita istabdha.
Dhanamana madanvita.
Dhanamana madanvitaha.
Yajante nama yagneste.
Yajante nama yagyaste.
Dambhena vidhipurvakam.
Dambhena vidhipurvakam.
Translation. Self-complacent and always impudent, deluded by wealth and false prestige, they sometimes proudly perform sacrifices in name only, without following any rules or regulations. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Atma sambhavita. Prabhupada writes, Atma sambhavita is self-complacent. Self-complacent means whatever I am doing must be correct. I cannot do anything wrong. Istabdha. Istabdha means impudent. Impudent refers to very disrespectful. If someone comes and tells them, Prabhuji, maybe you should do it differently. Are you telling me? Me? How dare you tell me? I am the best. So this is called Atma Sambhavita, like I'm the best. And he's being very disrespectful to others. Dhan, man, madan, vitaha. So mada refers to pagalpan, madness. They are also mad with what? Dhan and man. So wealth and prestige. Do you know anyone, especially when you were in India, who had mud bewildered by dhan and man? So many people I remember, so many people, huh? They had some sort of prestige in the society and they will definitely show off. And if they had dhan, they will definitely show off. Huh? So wealth and prestige. Kunti Maharani said, Janma Aishwarya Shruta Shribhir Edmana Madaha Puman. Madaha word she also uses there. Huh? So Madan Vita, they're completely intoxicated with their wealth and prestige. Yajante Nam Yagyaste. So Nam Yajante, they also do some sort of yajna, as Prabhupada writes, for the name only. Chaitanya Prabhu was saying in one class, they're supposed to do Nam Yajna. Nam Yajna means chanting the holy name, but they are doing Nam Ke Vaste Yajna. They are doing sacrifice for the sake of their prestige, because it will increase their prestige. So he says religion is supposed to be a faith lifter, but here the religion works as a face lifter. Face lifter means your face becomes up in the society, because I'm also doing yajnas. Huh? So I'm everywhere. I'm so great. Dambhe, dambhena, due to dambha. Dambha again refers to their egoistic personality. They are doing whatever they are doing avidhi purvakam. See, the word here is avidhi purvakam. So not vidhi purvakam, avidhi purvakam. An example comes to my mind in Ganesh Chaturdashi, Chaturdashi or Chaturthi, Mahasa Prabhu can correct me, Chaturthi, I guess, Ganesh Chaturthi. In India, they play this Hollywood songs in front of Lord Ganesha. Like even if you want to worship Ganesha, there's okay, no problem with that. You worship accordingly, but you're having dandiya, you're having Bollywood songs and drinking alcohol on Ganesh Chaturthi, whatever number of days Ganesh is there in your house. You celebrate that with these things. Where is the vidhi? Even if you worship Ganesh, which is fine, forget about worshiping Krishna and all that. So this is called dambhena, and and I've literally heard it live from the people. They say, your Ganesh deity is only 50,000 rupees. I got 2 lakh rupee deities. So I have a
different, like Sachin Tendulkar with the bat, like fake Ganesh, like that. The Ganesh sitting on a computer like that also they are making. I've
Oh,
seen.
really?
Yes.
Oh, wow. People are so creative these days. So creative. They're putting their creativity for the wrong thing instead of glorifying Krishna. So all these things are happening. This is called dambhena, due to dambha, due to their ego. I know how to worship Ganesha. You're going to tell me how to worship Ganesha? I know. And they will have, better varieties of food for their friends just to show off. So is it a Ganesh worship or the worship of their ego? That's the question. Huh? So we should also be very, very careful when we worshiping Krishna, when we are serving Krishna, should be very clear. This is for Krishna's pleasure, devotee's pleasure, who has given me the seva, not for my pleasure. So dambha should not come. Otherwise, your seva will become just a karma and maybe a reason for you to go backwards rather than coming forward towards Krishna. So dambhena avidhi purvakam. So all this which we are reading, obviously, we may have different examples in our mind, but it may come to us as well. So we should be very, very careful. When someone is trying to correct us, again, not everyone's comments will be valid and we don't have to take them, but we should take them from an open mind. That person may be correct. If he is correct, I accept it. If he is not correct, you don't have to listen, because whole world will say many, many things. So we're not supposed to listen to everyone. But if someone is correcting us, we should have at least one open mindset to think, maybe he is right. And if I accept it, if I become better devotee, why not? Why not? So not all criticisms are bad all the time, not always. At the same time, other way as well. You don't have to try to please every single one. That story of a horse and a father and the son, I think everyone knows, a father and son having a horse. They were both riding on the horse, and some people said, how cruel these people are. 2 people riding on this poor horse. So they both got down, they started walking with the horse, and then someone saying, how foolish they are. They have a horse, but they're still walking by foot. And then father said, and the son was riding, and they said, father is so cruel. Son is walking by foot, and father is sitting on the horse. Then they went other way. The son was on the horse, and the father came down and say, how cruel is this son? His old father is walking. So people will never be happy. People will never be happy. So we are not trying to please every single one, but Guru, Sadhu, and Shastra. This is our sort of limit. If Guru, Sadhu, and Shastra are pleased, we don't have to worry about the whole world. But if they are displeased, then we have to worry about our activities. How can we improve ourselves? Okay, 16, 18. Who hasn't done as yet?
I can read.
Yes, Prabhuji, please.
Ahankaram balam darpam.
Ahankaram balam darpam.
Kamam krodam sa samarshistah.
Kamam krodam cha sanshritaha.
Mam atma paradehesu.
Mam atma paradeheshu.
Pravad visanto abhay asuyakha.
Pradishanto abhyasuyakaha.
Bewildered by the false ego, strength, pride, lust, and anger, the demons become envious of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is situated in their own bodies and in the bodies of others, and blaspheme against the real religion.
Thank you, Prabhuji. So, ahankaram balam darpam. So, we know all this. Due to all that, what do? Kamam krodham cha samshritaha. So, again, it's the made up of word ashritaha. Ashrita means ashray. Samshrita means, again, samyak ashray. So, where the pra is your pra is usually refers to prakarshena, which is complete. Sa refers to samyak, like sankirtan. So, kirtan and sankirtan. Sankirtan obviously has many meanings. Samyak kirtan, complete glorification of Krishna. Or sang kirtan, come and do kirtan together. So here is samshritaha, they take complete ashray, full ashray. For what? Kamam and krodham, for their lust and greed. So whatever fulfills their lust and greed, they take ashray of that. Mam, now first time in this chapter, Krishna is using the word mam. So far he's been talking about demons and divines and all that. He has not used the word mam. Now he's taking mam, atma, paradeheshu. So mam atma refers to I am sitting as their super soul in their body, paradeheshu, and in the other bodies as well. So Krishna is saying, I am sitting in their body and the other's body. Pradishanto. So pradishanto refers to, but they blaspheme me. Abhyasuyaka. Abhyasuyaka refers to out of envy. So pradishanti anu abhyasuyaka. Abhyasuyaka due to envy. Envy means they don't like God. So when something doesn't go good in their life, the first abuse they give to God. God is against me. God doesn't want me to become like this and become like this. So they become very envious of God, and then they blaspheme me, which are sitting inside their heart. Now, blaspheming in itself, as we are just discussing, is not bad. But if you blaspheme an enemy, okay, he's your enemy, he has done many things, you're blaspheming or criticizing him. But imagine if you blaspheme a person who is your well-wisher. Will that be very nice? Now, blaspheming in itself is never nice, but if you blaspheme an enemy and all the bad activities he has done, okay, fine. But if you blaspheme a well-wisher, now in the world, today's world, someone may be your well-wisher, with all due respect, but his well-wishing does not take us too long. But God is the best well-wisher. Anyone knows a Bhagavad Gita verse which says God is the best well-wisher? Everyone should just click immediately. Which verse says in Bhagavad Gita, God is the best well-wisher?
I'm
happy to hear that. 529. So, Suhridam Sarva Bhutanam. So, I am the Suhrad of Prasannatma Prabhu just mentioned about Israel and other country and Atangwadi terrorists and all that. Even Krishna is Suhrad of them as well. So although they may be doing some terrible activities, but Krishna sitting in their heart is still their best well-wisher. No humans can be as well-wisher as Krishna. In Bhagavatam it says, Krishna is such a well-wisher that if you consider your mother as your best well-wisher, but in many cases it's true, if not all the cases, if you put millions of mothers together and their love together, Krishna's love is even higher than that. So mother's love, which is considered very, very pure in this material world, which is in many cases very pure. But even if you put all the millions of mothers' love together, Krishna's love even higher than that. Now that person which is sitting close to you, you are blaspheming that person. Just imagine. What are they doing? So, but they do this. But Krishna is saying, I don't like it. How does he say that in the next verse? This is a very beautiful verse, and sometimes verse is misunderstood as well. Let's see what the 16:19 says. So Prabhu getting ready.
Hare
Okay.
Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Tan aham dvishata kruran
Tan aham dishataha kruran
samsareshu naradhaman
sansareshu naradhaman
kshipan kshipamyachashram asubhan
Shipami ajrasham ashubhan
asurisveshva eva yonishu.
asurishveva yonishu.
Those who are envious and mischievous, who are the lowest among men, I perpetually cast into the ocean of material existence, into various demoniac species of life. Hare
Thank you,
Krishna.
Mataji. So now Krishna is giving 3 qualities of demon here. Let's see what they are. So I'll come to this Tanaham in a second. Dushyataha. Dushyataha refers to anyone? You can unmute yourself if that's okay. Dvesh. Dvesh means. Now, what's the difference between, say, envy and blasphemy? Anyone can tell? Reading envy and blasphemy. They look very close.
Envy is in the heart and blasphemy is you verbalize it.
Thank you. Huh? So envy means I'm being envious to you. I'm thinking how bad you are, but I'm not sort of expressing in my word. Blasphemy, I started. Now Shishupal started this blasphemy in the Rajasuya again. Krishna says, others also said, Ruk jao, stop, stop, stop. But the flood came and then Krishna had to sever his head. So Dvishita, Kruran refers to Krur. We have in Shastra Akrur. Krur means cruel. Akrur means non-cruel. Huh? Gopias was telling to Akrura, although your name is Akrura, but you are the biggest Krura. And that had an impact of Akrura later on. Actually, it says he committed the aparad of gopis, and later on, that's why he got stuck in a conspiracy of Syamantak Mani, if you have heard that story in Krishna book. So because Akrura had this sort of, not a curse, but he hurt the gopis. And that's why I say we should never hurt Vaishnavas. If you hurt Vaishnavas, sooner or later, the result will come. Now, Akrura is the topmost devotee in Vandanam, but his name came, he got involved in this whole conspiracy of Syamantak Mani. So this is one example I'm just giving, which comes to my mind. We should not hurt Vaishnavas. We should not hurt Vaishnavas. If it's not possible to please them, at least step back. Don't hurt them, because Krishna is not pleased with that. You may hurt today, but tomorrow the result will come. We say Uttam, who was the brother of Dhruva, who did not have good relationship earlier, and Uttam's mother as well. So Uttam got killed by Yaksha, and the mother Suruchi entered into the fire, which was a result of offending Dhruva. So she offended Dhruva how many years ago? Probably 50 years ago, but the offense remained in her heart. The heart was not clear. So later on, she died in a burning fire because of offending 5-year Dhruva many, many years ago. So when our offense will fructify and the result will come on a physical or a mental level, we don't know. We don't know. So anytime, anywhere, if there is an opportunity to please them, definitely we should please. But if you cannot please for whatever reasons, step back. Uttam's mother and Akrura is a very good example. Anyway, here we're talking about Krura, cruel. Sansareshu naradhama. Anyone remembers any verse in Bhagavad Gita which connects with this word?
7:15.
Jai Mohan Prabhu ki jai. Keh bhi do verse. Mohan Prabhu. He's a Varsacharya. Verse ke Acharya. He was telling me one day, Mohit Prabhuji, bus number 144, 16, something like that. I can't remember.
Always gets failed, Prabhu.
Always gets failed. No. No, Prabhu. Please tell 7:15. Anyone can help Mohit Prabhuji? उन्होंने नंबर भी बता दिया है. Namam Dishkrituna Muda Prapadyante Naradhamaha. So this word is used earlier. What does Naradhama means? Nar me adham. Adham means very fallen in human beings. So Sansareshu Naradhama. Prabhupada writes, Naradhama, lowest of the mankind. Now, Interestingly, the word krura, which we are calling cruel, Prabhupada writes as mischievous. We will see why. Prabhupada is so sweet, huh? So 3 qualifications are given: Dvishitaha, Kruran, Sansareshu, Naradhama. So if you are like that, or all of them, or and. So you are Dvishitaha and Kruran and Naradhama, or Dishita or Kruran. So what do you tan aham? What do I do to turn to those ones? Aham shipami. Shipami is I throw them. Where do I throw them? Ajrasham. Ajrasham means forever. Ashubhan. Ashurish eva yonishu. So Ashubh yoni refers to as Asuri yoni, means demoniac yoni. Now, as we understand, demoniac is a mentality, but demoniac can also be a yoni, a species. For example, Rakshasas, Daityas, Yakshas, they are the species of demons. That means demoniac qualities are expected from them. Now, we know there are exceptions as well, like Rakshasas. They are always Rakshasa, but Vibhishan is a great Mahajan. Prahlad Maharaj, born in a Daitya family, great Mahajan. And Yaksha, we see Kuber. Kuber is a great devotee of Lord. So generally, if we talk about the race in itself, general meaning, they're all demoniac races. So demoniac qualities will be exhibited by those people, but there are always exceptions. So what does Krishna do? He's saying, Ajrasham Shipami, I throw them forever into the Asuri species, demoniac species. So what does it basically mean? Is Krishna throwing them into Asuri species? Not like that. Basically what Krishna is saying, it says it's a loving father sometimes make a statement to his son or daughter: if you do this, never come back home. I will throw you out of the house. What's the emphasis of the father here? To throw the daughter or son out of the house, or the emphasis is don't do this act because I love you. Father loves the children so much. He's saying, please don't do that. Now, when they don't listen with the please don't do that, sometimes father has to show, his harsh face. If you do this, you never come back home. In Hindi movies, sometimes they say, Agar tumne ye shaadi kari, kabhi ghar laut kar mat aana. If you ever get married to this guy or this girl, you never come back home, and I will not give you even 1 paisa in the wealth and all those things. Basically, the point is, the father loves children, and father doesn't want to throw them out, doesn't want to hurt them, but he just loves them so much. He makes these statements. That's why Prabhupada does not say Kruran as cruel. He's saying mischievous, because who is mischievous? Children sometimes are mischievous, isn't it? Sometimes they don't listen, father and mother. They do whatever they like to do. And mama keeps saying, beta, don't do this, beta, don't do this. Mama finally will get upset. If you do this. So this is a tough love of God. This is not, God is not being a cruel here, a cruel person, because God cannot be cruel. God is always a well-wisher. So this statement, Prabhupada also translates so nicely here, is a tough love of God. It's not the hatred of God. God doesn't hate anyone. And basically the emphasis is not that I will cast him into the ocean of material. Like this sense, the emphasis here is, please don't do all these things which we are discussing as a demoniac mentality or activity. And then what will happen? The result of 19 is described in verse 20. Who hasn't done as yet?
Prabhu, can
I'll
I
do it.
Okay. I think Shraddha Mataji should do it. Because I'll just explain why as well. When 2 people have a same proposal, so छोटों को अधिकार पहले मिलता है. Younger ones get the first right, as we saw from Krishna for Duryodhan and Arjun. So next time, Jamati Mataji.
Sorry, Mataji. Thank you, Prabhu. 16.20. Asurim yonimapanna.
Asurim yonimapanna.
Mudha janmani janmani.
Mudha janmani janmani.
Mam aprapya eva konteya.
Mam aprapya eva konteya.
Tato yanti adhamam gatim.
Tato yanti adhamam gatim.
Translation: attaining repeated birth amongst the species of demoniac life, O son of Kunti, such persons can never approach me. Gradually, they sink down to the most abominable type of existence.
Thank you, Mataji. So, Asurim Yonim Apanna. So, as we are reading, Apanna means they achieve Asuri Yoni means some demonic species. So once they achieve those demonic species due to their demonic activities, Mudha Janmani, they keep on going into that series. Like you achieve Asri Yoni, then you do more Asric activity, then you go to even lower species. Then you do more Asric activities, you do you go to even lower species. One example which comes to my mind, I'm sure all the devotees will know this pastime. When Indra was having a conversation with Lomash Rishi in Swargloka, he was building a big palace for himself. Lomash Rishi went to Brahmaji and he said, I don't see Indra these days at work. Where is Indra? And Brahmaji said, Indra is busy making his own house. Yeah? Now we also build our house and we stop all the other devotional services. So Brahmaji said, Indra already had such a nice palace, but he wanted to build another palace. So Lomashi said, okay, I'll see what I can do. So he went to Swargloka and Indra was very busy and he had his half palace done, and he was showing to Lomashi, look at this palace, look at my swimming pool, look at this Nanda garden, and look at this assembly and this chair I got from Italy and that I got from Switzerland. This and that, he was showing all that. Now, obviously, Italy chairs he will not show. He will probably showing from Sutalaloka, Talaloka, from different parts of the universe. He got the best of the best. And Lomashi was just smiling. And Indra said, why are you smiling? And he said, no, I'm not smiling at you. I'm just smiling at these ants. So there were some ants walking past there. Indra said, why are you smiling on ants? He said, I'm just remembering, because Lomash Rishi, he overlived even Brahma. So he has seen hundreds of Brahmas coming and going. When his one hair fall down, one Brahma disappears. So he imagine how many hairs he has on his body, and he only has just a little patch so far somewhere on his body. Anyway, so he said, why are you laughing at ants? Because I'm remembering something about these ants. What are you remembering about these ants? He said, these ants were Indra one day. These ants were Indra one day, and from Indra they became demigod. From demigod they became sub-demigod like Gandhar, Charan, Kinnar. Then they became human. Then they became a dog and the cat, and now they are ant in Swargaloka. Now look at the situation. Ant in the Swargaloka. Swargaloka also has ants. So, and he walked off. Indra realized, and he stopped building his new house, and he moved into his old house. So sometimes our old house is not so bad. So that the message is here, don't waste time. And there are other stories as well. Anyway, so more generally. So basically the point is, when we become one type of demon, we perform more demonic activities and we go down and down and down. And the result is mam aprapte. They are not achieving me. Definitely not. They're going downwards. Mam aprapte konteya tato yanti adamam gati. They keep going down and down and down. So again, Krishna is a loving father saying, look at these people, they get one Asri Yoni, then they get another Asri Yoni, then they get another Asri Yoni, and all those goes on and on and on. Now, 1621, this is one of the best verses and most popular verses. Rupam Prabhu is not here, but I'm sure it should be in the list. Maybe Jamati Mataji can do this one. So Priya Mataji is saying it's in the list. So she's already preparing the verses. That's nice. Okay.
Thank you. Trividham narkasyedam.
Trividham narkasyedam.
Dvaram nasyanam atmana.
Dvaram nashanam atmanaha.
Kama krodha tatha lobhas.
Kamaha krodhas tatha lobhas.
Tasmat etatrayam tyajat.
Tasmat etatrayam tyajet.
There are three gates leading to this hell: lust, anger, and greed. Every sane man should give these up, for they lead to the degradation of the soul.
Thank you, Mataji. So, Trividham naraka sedam. So, idam is in this word, narak means hell. There are three road which goes to hell. And you can say freeway. And there is no toll there as well. Like these days, the Sydney toll has increased a lot. But when you pass through these freeways, there is no toll there. Where do they go? It's straight to hell. I was hearing one class, I think it was Chaitanya Charan Prabhu, he was saying, these days people don't need to go to hell. Hell has come to them. Every time you step out, in the city or in the town, you see big billboards. You switch on your computer. There's so many advertisements just to distract you and degrade you. Every time they're just making you bombarded with their advertisements and buy this, buy this, buy this, come here, enjoy this, get this flight, get that flight, this watch, this shoes, this dress, this car, this mobile. So much has come, so much restrictions have come. So it's saying Trividham Darkasedam Dwaram. So Dwaram is basically gate of the hell. Gate of the hell. What does this gate do? Nashanam Atmanaha. Atmana refers to the self. Self is doing that. You're destructing yourself. Not destructing obviously does not mean you're technically killing the soul, but destroying the soul's Krishna conscious inclinations. What are these three doorways to hell? Kama. Kama refers to lust. Krodha, anger. Tatha, lobhas, and greeds. Kama, krodha, and lobh. So Kama, it says the lusty desires, when they're unfulfilled, what happens? Krodha comes. So if you're trying to enjoy something or someone and some obstacle come, you become krodhit because that person has become obstacle in your enjoyment. And if you're successful in enjoying the thing or the person, what comes in your mind is lobha. So, but the root is Kama Esha, Krodha Esha, Rajoguna Sama. The root is Kama. But the other two are the sub-parties. So if you invest in share market, for example, and you are successful, what's the first thing you think? Very nice. I put $10, I got $100. What I'm going to do? I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to put $1,000 now. And then zero comes out. The whole company disappears. Lobha comes. And if nothing comes, Krodha. I knew this scheme was a fake scheme. I wasn't going to invest. You only told me to invest, so I did it. No, you told me. No, but you did it. We have so many fights and disagreements and discussions around that Kama, Krodha. And this is not for investment thing. It's for anything in our life. Kama, Krodha. It says all the crimes of the world can be divided into three parts. They are due to Kam, due to lust. All the sexual crimes are due to lust. All the other criminal activities like murder and killing, they are due to Krodha or due to Lobha. Lobha means greed. So all the crimes can be divided into three words. If these three words or these three things were not existing, there will be no crime basically. There's no crime which is not done due to these three things, isn't it? You can just think about anything. Lobha is like for the money. Money, people beg, borrow, steal, kill, and not only kill, they actually murder, slaughter. Wars have been fought for the money, isn't it? Or for the lust. For some lady, the war is fought. What is that? Shakespeare wrote a novel. I forgot. Julius Caesar? Something like that. So there's one lady and two princes like this lady, and the whole war is fought just because of one lady. Millions of people are killed because of Kama. Or the Krodha. Izzat ki baat hai. Ego. Prithviraj Chauhan, for example. And what was his in-law's name? Jaichand and Prithviraj Chauhan, the whole fight, the whole entry of Momdans into India because of due to this ego issue. Krodha, you have insulted me. Anyway, so Krishna is saying, Tasma, therefore, etat trayam, all three, not one, all three, tyajet, you should give them up. A sane person will not carry these things in the mind. Now, I'll just read quickly from purport. Very nice. The beginning of demonic life is described herein. One tries to satisfy his lust, and when he cannot, anger and greed arise. A sane man who does not want to glide down to the species of demoniac life must try to give up these three enemies which can kill the self to such an extent that there will be no possibility. Now, this is the very beautiful line. No possibility of liberation from this material entanglement if you are carrying these three. Now, we cannot switch them off. All of them exist in all of us in different degrees, obviously. We cannot switch them off. But what we can do, we can convert them, divert them, or as much as possible, minimize them. So slowly, we can at least start the journey. Okay, 22.
Sorry, Prabhuji, I was actually nodding to the actual verse. Actually, I was the verses I was reading. So, sorry. I was like reading the verse and it remembered or something in regards to the assignment.
Assignment. Okay.
Yeah. So actually, this verse is not on the list, Prabhuji.
Not on the list. Okay, I'm surprised. So please put it in your personal list. This is a very famous verse, and I'm sure every devotee would have heard it from different speakers. Yeah, Prabhupada mentioned this quite a few times. So very important verse, and for personal learning as well. Again, as I said, we can't switch them off immediately overnight, but we can at least try whatever best possible.
Chapter 16, there's nothing from there.
Nothing from 16. Oh, Jai Ho. No problem. Okay, 1622. Who hasn't done as yet? I would prefer that person doing something. Sundar Gopal Prabhu.
एतैर् विमुक्त कौन्तेय
Etair Vimuktaha Kaunteya
तमो द्वारे सत्रिभिः नरः
Tamo Dvara Istribhir Naraha
आचारति आत्मना श्रेयस्
Acharati Atmanaha Shreyas
ततो याति परं गतिम्.
Tato Yati Param Gatim.
The man who has escaped these three gates of hell, O son of Kunti, performs acts conducive to self-realization and thus gradually attains the supreme destination.
Thank you, Prabhuji. So, Etair Vimuktaha. So, how you should come out? Vimuktaha. Vimukta means again completely muktaha. So, you should be completely given them up. If you do that, Tamo Dwara is Tribhir Naraha. So, which Nara, the human being who has given up these three, Acharati Atmanaha Shreyas. So, Acharati means behavior, Atmana means to the self, and Shreyas refers to the long-term benefit. So, if you remember the word Shreyas and Prayas, Prayas is what you immediately like. Shreyas is long term. If you have diabetes, doctor has told you not to take sweet, and you said, nahi, aaj to, I'm remembering that rasgulla cake, rasmalai cake, sorry, rasmalai cake. Huh? Aaj to rasmalai cake. Today is a rasmalai cake. Just take it. Then you take one rasmalai cake, then you take the second serve and the third serve and the fourth serve, and your sugar goes 250. So are you acting Shreyas or Prayas? Prayers, and many times even devotees, give them up for some short-term pleasures, again in terms of prasadam mostly. So Shreyas long-term benefit. I may like something right now, but it's not so beneficial for my atma, for myself. So what I should do? Avoid it. Acharati, I should behave for the Shreyas of atma, not prayers of the senses. So we usually act in the prayers of senses. Whatever our senses like, we give them. But we should act on the Shreyas on an Atma level. And if you do that, what will be the result? Tato Yati Param Gatim. You will be able to get Param Gatim, the supreme destination. So basically what Krishna is saying this verse, give those three things, Kam, Krodh and Lobh, you should give them up completely, Vimuktaha, and then act. Now, giving them up itself is not devotion, right? So it's not saying, okay, you are mukta from that and you come back to me. No. That's the first step. I think someone was saying about the Aryan. Mahavasa Prabhu was talking about Aryan. Aryan means who are following the sattvic things. So that itself is not being a devotee. When you are on a human level, Prabhupada says 4 ranks means you're becoming human. And then on top of that, you have to perform devotional services. So just becoming human does not entitle you to go back to Godhead. So become human, obviously, from the human platform, you serve Krishna, you purify yourself, then you go back to Godhead. So you do vimukta from those 3 disqualifications, acharati atmanas, you work on the level of atma, then tato yati para gatim. Now last 2 verses are there. You can do that. Who hasn't done as yet? Okay, Akhandasa Prabhuji, please.
Can I read, Prabhu?
Okay, Akhandasa Prabhu raised his hand earlier. Maybe he can do that. Mataji, you can do the last one. Vijay Mataji.
23.
Verse 23.
Yes.
Yah Shastra Vidhim Utsrajya.
Yah Shastra Vidhim Utsrajya.
Vartate Kama Kartaha.
Vartate Kama Kartaha.
Na sa siddhim avapnoti.
Na sa siddhim avapnoti.
Na sukham na param gatim.
Na sukham na param gatim.
He who discards scriptural injunctions and acts according to his own whims attains neither perfection nor happiness, nor the supreme destination. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. So if now 23 and 24, if I come back to our guide here, the choice of elevation or degradation. So these theme is done in 23, verse 23 and verse 24. So we are reading 23, which is the choice of sort of degradation, and 24 will be the choice of elevation. So 23, Yaha, the person, Shastram Vidhi, the regulations given in Shastra, Utsajja. Utsajja means he gives them up. So he basically neglects them or he doesn't care about them. Oh, Shastra kehta hai, don't drink alcohol. I don't care about it. Huh? So Shastram Vidhi Utsajja. So I ignore that rule which is given in Shastra. Vartate kam karatah. Varta means he's acting on what? Based on his lusty desires. Huh? Based on his selfish interests, he neglects the spiritual rules and regulations and act on his personal selfish level. What is the result? Nasa siddhim avapnoti. So that person will not achieve, avapnoti is achieved, siddhi means perfection. He will not achieve perfection. And what to speak of achieving perfection? Na sukham. He will not be sukhi, he will not be happy. So if I, just an example, drink alcohol, which may give me a little sukha for that time, for example, but what happens even in the morning, I've heard, at least not seen, that people vomit and people have liver issues, people have brain issues, and so many. There's just one thing I'm talking, and there's so many things like that. Huh? So Nasukam, he's not even Sukhi. He thinks he is Sukhi. He's not Sukhi. He says forgetting your problems by drinking alcohol does not solve the problem. It actually aggravates the problem. Huh? So once you have to deal with the problem anyway, and then you have to deal with the bodily problems as well. And so much money is also wasted in these sort of things. Na param gating, and definitely there's no point in getting the supreme destination. Like in the previous verse, Krishna is saying, if you acharati, if you behave on the soul level, then you will achieve param gating. But he's saying, if you don't do that, what will happen? Na siddhim, na sukham, na param gatim. Huh? So basically what he's saying, in this life also you'll not be happy, and forget about being happy in the future life. If what you have to do, Utsajja, give them the instructions of Shastra. So what should you do? What should you do? Last verse. This is a very nice verse. I personally like this verse a lot. Let's see how far we can go. I prefer to have this verse in our personal list, if possible. To 21 and 24, they're really beautiful verses. Yes, Mataji.
Tasmat Shastram Paramanam Te.
Tasmat Shastram Pramanam Te.
Karya Akarya Vyavastito.
Karya Vyavastito.
Natma Shastra Vidhanam Vidhanavuktam.
Gyatva Shastra Vidhanoktam.
Karma Kartum Iha Arhasi.
Karma Kartum Iha Arhasi.
One should therefore understand what is duty and what is not duty by the regulations of the scriptures. Knowing such rules and regulations, one should act so that he may gradually be elevated.
Thank you. So now what should we do? We say tasmat, therefore, what should you do? Shastram pramanam. They should look at the Shastra praman. Shastra praman means whatever is given in Shastra as to do or not to do. So it says karya. Karya means what needs to be done. Pravrittim cha nivartim cha na vidrasuraha. So that verse says pravritti nivarti. They do not know. So they do not know. Why? Because they don't consult Shastra. That's why they don't know what needs to be done. They don't know what's not need to be done. And they mostly do the opposite. So here it's saying karya, akarya. Karya means what needs to be done. Akarya, what not needs to be done. Vyavasthita, when you have to determine, like if you have to hurt someone, so you should consult. Should it be done? Should it not be done? Now, if you think, yes, I have right to kill animals and I can, kill animals because I like them. Is that a right attitude? Nowadays, we can't even say that because the government even allows it. Previously, we used to have, government run by Brahmanas. No, Kshatriyas was running, but actually the brain was Brahmana. So Brahman will tell Kshatriyas what needs to be done. So actually Brahmanas were running the government. Nowadays, Yakshas and Rakshasas are running the government. So we can't even say that. But if you take a simple example, I like stealing things from others. Some people say I may be a thief. I don't call myself a thief, but police doesn't like people who steal others' property. Now, I think police is wrong. Police think I'm wrong, isn't it? Both things about each other wrong. But who will be the authority to prove who is right and who is wrong? The government laws. No, you have to look in the constitution and say, okay, is the government allow the stealing activity among the citizens? The government will say, no, I don't allow you. So similarly, in our life, what is the authority which will say, I am right, another person is wrong? This work needs to be done, not needs to be done. This is the government. And here the government is made by Krishna, which is the Shastra Praman, because Shastra says aparushaya. Aparushaya means not written by a Manushya or a Purusha, because Purusha or Manusha have 4 faults. Shastra doesn't have those faults because it has come from Krishna. So, Tasmat Shastram Pramanam, they should always look back at Shastra. What does Shastra say? What does Shastra say? And in simple terms, you can say for devotees, I should say aspiring devotees like us, what will please Krishna? If I hurt someone, will it please Krishna? If I lie from someone, will it please Krishna? If I do something so-called good, will it please Krishna? Sometimes good activities not should be done. You know the story of Satya, this Muni who pointed out the cows going this direction. He was speaking the truth, right? And he's saying, Krishna says in Shastra, speak the truth. But that truth was not to be spoken that time, isn't it? So the simple definition, that's why it's not always Shastra should be taken as it is. We have to understand through a guru, through a mentor, through a guide, because they will know. Simple example, Prabhupada said, you go in a medicine shop, you're sick, you have a flu or fever or something, you go in a medicine shop and you take any medicine and eat. It's a medicine. It should work. You may kill yourself, isn't it? Because not any medicine you need a customized medicine. So you go to the doctor will say, take X, Y, and Z. You go to the pharmacist and you say, please give me X, Y, and Z. Then you take X, Y, and Z. Then you get well. So you cannot just take any medicine. You have to take the customized. Sorry?
The example of cow dung.
Example of cow dung. Thank you, Prabhu. Example of cow dung. Anyone says stool is not considered good. Even the Brahmana's stool is not considered good. But a cow stool is considered very good. Similarly, conch shell example is also. The bone is considered very inauspicious. In olden days, I don't know about modern days, can't give these examples these days, but in olden days, if you have a bone in your house, it's considered very inauspicious. You have to get the bone out, you have to take bath, you have to purify the whole room and all that. Sometime a dog would have left the bone, for example. Nowadays, everyone have the bones in the fridges. So we can't give these examples. But the point is, cow dung or many things in Shastra which may look abominable is considered auspicious, and many things which may look auspicious is considered very inauspicious. So Tasmat, therefore, Shastra is the Praman, and Karya, Akarya, Vyavasthita, we should always refer to Shastra through a Shastri, through a Guru, through a mentor, through a guide. Gyatva Shastram Vidhanoktam, and then you know the Shastra, Gyatva Shastra Vidhanoktam, then you work accordingly. Karma kartum, karma means action, kartum means to do that action, iharasi. In this world, you should do action like that. And then you will be happy and healthy. Okay, I'll stop here. If anyone has a quick question, I can take, or a quick comment. And if there is any complaints.
So I have a question.
Okay.
Just regarding this this session that we discussed. There are so many people in this material world that we know that they actually do all illegal things, but then they build up temples and then they become like so-called like a devotee sort of a thing. What is the reaction for such a person?
Okay.
Obviously, because Krishna said that it is ignorance in that verse, all the characters say it's ignorance. So what is the reaction? Because then obviously he's building a temple, he's doing, like as Krishna said, that even if you do little bit of service, right, he will help them, he will take them out of any danger. So how do you put that perspective to this?
So thank you, Prabhu. Nice question, which happens in this world. I'll give a quick response because we are over time. First thing first, so your pious and impious activity should not be mixed. If you do a impious activity, for a pious activity, in our level I'm talking, you'll get impious results. So that's for sure. If you have stolen the money from someone, you put wherever, just forget it. So you have stolen money, you have taken someone else's property, you'll get the result. So that's one thing very clear. Now you have put that money for Krishna, but why you have put the money? To save tax? For what purpose? Huh? So we have to understand that context, but it is an act in relation to Krishna that will also benefit the person. But because the root is not good, the effect will also be not coming immediately. Like if you give, say, $1 to Krishna, for example, that's much capacity you have, you'll get devotional benefit. But here he is not going to get immediate devotional benefit, but he will get some benefit. I'll tell you one Tirumangai Alvar, which comes in South India. Vijay Gopi Mata, Rasanand Prabhu may know more than me. I'll tell quickly. I'll not go in the past story, beautiful story. Anyway, so he wanted to marry a lady who was very beautiful. She was actually an Apsara. She got cursed to be that lady in that birth. Anyway, so she said, I will only marry with you if you feed 1,000 Brahmanas every day. You serve them personally, you fan them personally. He was a middle-class person, so he didn't know where to get this much money. But he really wanted to get married to this lady. So initially he spent his own money, then he didn't have money, but he still wanted to get married. The goal was very clear, 1,000 Brahmanas every day. So he started stealing the money. And he's doing a lot of, other those sort of activities, but still keep feeding Vaishnavas, and eventually he became Vaishnava. Huh? So now we are not recommending that. He was a Alvar, he's a sword of Vishnu, actually. He's a sword of Vishnu. I forgot the name this time. Anyway, so Tirumangai Alvar pastime, if you read, we should not concur that I can also do similar activity and give that money to Krishna's temple. No, we are not supposed to do all that. We can be simple. If you can give 50 cents, just give 50 cents. This is how much you're capable of supporting. Krishna has lots of ways to get money. We should be very, very honest as much as possible. But yeah, there are stories in the Shastra because they eventually got them to the right path because they were serving Krishna or Vaishnavas. Is that okay? But at our level, it's absolutely not recommended. I've heard in lecture from Maharaj, you should not give money to Krishna's temple who you have earned by wrong means. It's clearly spoken by Radha Govind Maharaj in a lecture, clearly. If you have stolen money from someone, you have taken a bribery from someone, you should not give $1 to Krishna. Maharaj clearly said in a lecture. So any money which is
what
not
about when you
by,
find the money on the road?
You give it to Krishna because you never owned it. You found $2 on Krishna.
That is fine, huh? Yeah.
That is fine. You're not trying to own that money.
Okay.
Like you found a $2 coin on the road, someone will take and probably buy a cigarette or something. So you go and put in hundi. It's Krishna's money. You give it back to Krishna.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, let's stop here. Thank you everyone again. So next week, please come on time. His Grace Chaitanya Charan Prabhu is going to give class. So we'll not have obviously normal class. We'll just listen to this class. And the following week, we'll start from chapter 17. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Shri Jagannath Baldev Subhadra Maharani ki jai, Samasta Gaur Bhakta ki jai, Gaur Premanande. Hare Hare Bol.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you everyone.
Hare
Hare
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you.